Welcome to the Conch Republic News Network broadcast for Monday, June the 29th, 2020. Coming to you live from the Key West Trading Company tasting room in beautiful Key West, Florida. I am Smuggler Jim, and this is Amber, my lovely co-host today. She's from Key West Finest. We have quite a few things we want to cover today. I brought Amber in because she is an expert in things to do around Key West. She runs one of the #1 social media sites for Key West. So we're going to get a lot of good input from her today. I want to start off by talking about recapping some of the things we talked about yesterday from a festival standpoint. The Conch Republic Independence Celebration, which would have already happened, has not been canceled. It's been postponed. So it's been postponed to November the 27th through December the 6th. You can go to conchrepublic.com and look at a full lineup of all of the events that are going to be happening during the Conch Republic Independence Celebration. Also, too, while you're on there, you can order a passport, an official Conch Republic passport. We are the fulfillment office for that. We will fulfill this, put your picture on it, type it all up, and send it to you anywhere in the world. So that's awesome. Check that out, conchrepublic.com. The Singer-Songwriter Festival, which is the #1 singer-songwriter festival in the United States, has not been canceled. It's just to be announced. They're working on trying to rearrange all of the artists and the people. There's a lot of moving parts with that one, so the dates will be announced coming up shortly. The boat races are still on. Nothing changed with the boat races. It's moving on full steam ahead as if nothing happened. So we're looking forward to getting some of these festivals going and getting some people down here to Key West and hopefully getting back to some normalcy.
Super boats, right?
Yeah, that's the super boats.
I think that's the first week of November.
That is, it's in between Fantasy Fest and what normally would be the Meeting of the Minds. So the Meeting of the Minds was canceled this year, but we still have other festivals. The B Man and Michelle's Tiki Man radio show that's going to be going on at the Tiki House. So it would be in that it's the week after that. So our news of the day, the thing that we want to talk about and why we're here, why Amber is here, is the beaches are closed for the 4th of July weekend. So fireworks have been canceled. The beaches are closed from the 3rd to the 7th. And the mentality behind that and the reason that the beaches are closed the reason the government has closed the beaches is because the beaches in Miami are closed. So Miami-Dade is shut down and we can't handle an influx of people coming down for the 4th of July holiday. It would overwhelm everything. Traffic would be horrible. There'd be no social distancing, all those kind of things. So they had no choice but to close the beaches.
It makes perfect sense when you think of it that way.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of it, because it's not a punishment, like we were talking about before. It's not a punishment for the people. No. It's just we can't handle Miami-Dade coming down, and if we had a breakout, or something like that, then the hospitals can't handle it, and there's no place to put the people.
We just don't have enough room.
Yeah. I do want to talk about a couple of things like the mask requirements. So masks are required in the Keys to be inside of a building, and now they're actually required outside if you can't social distance. So anywhere you're outside on a sidewalk or any of those kind of things, and if you can't be 6 chickens apart from someone,
right,
then you have to wear a mask even outside.
And you can get a buff or a mask, either
buff,
one.
Mask, anything.
It also becomes a headband or a nice scarf or a bracelet.
Or maintain 6 chickens distance between everyone around you.
Right.
And please understand that the wait staff and the bartenders and the people in the places around town, they didn't make up these rules. Please don't take it out on the people in the bars and restaurants. No. There's been some tiffs and some arguments and yelling and all that kind of stuff, and that's just not cool. It's not, they're already working all day with a mask on, working 8-10 hour shifts. And, so it's, all you have to do is wear the mask to your table. Then you can take your mask off while you're enjoying your meal and having your drink. And then you put your mask on to go to the bathroom, to go outside, to leave the restaurant. It's super simple. It's really not that hard.
Well, you know what I say? If you're from the school of thought that you do not want to wear a mask and you won't wear a mask, I personally suggest that you postpone your trip to Key West, reschedule it for when the mask ordinance is lifted. It's much better that way for you. You'll have a much better time when you come back.
Yeah, and so everyone knows the state of Florida has suspended on-premise alcohol consumption in bars. So restaurants, if you have a restaurant license and you have a restaurant liquor license, then you can still drink alcohol in a restaurant that also has a bar in it.
Right, you just order from the bar while you're at your table, like
Yes.
in normal time.
You can't sit at the bar, and you can't consume on premise, in a bar. So, Sloppy Joe's didn't open back up anyway. So Sloppy
No.
Joe's is closed.
Captain
Irish Kevin's,
Tony's.
Captain Tony's, any place that's a bar, Rick's, Willie T's. So
Bull and
the
Whistle.
Bull and Whistle, all of your typical bars you would bar hop down Duval Street. Most
That don't
of those,
serve food.
Those guys are shut down right now and they're closed. So all you have left is like Caroline's and Fogarty's and places like that do serve food.
Yeah.
So Two Friends Patio. If you think about all the places that actually have a restaurant inside of them, then those guys are still open. So if you're bar hopping, you're actually kind of restaurant hopping.
Right.
So it's that makes a difference.
You just have to change your strategy.
Yeah, so
That's all.
it's 4th of July weekend, and the big thing that people are talking about on social media is it's 4th of July weekend, there's no fireworks, the beaches are closed, you can't drink in a bar, what do you do? So I wanted to bring my friend Amber on today because she's an expert on things to do in Key West. And she's got a lot of insight on that. Before I turn over to her and we start talking about what she specializes in, I would like to talk about some of the places around town that are just being creative. So like 801 Bourbon Bar, which is a drag bar. They're still having their drag show nightly, so they're still having their shows. There's just no alcohol consumption on premise, so you can still go see the show. When you come down, you can order a drink to go and consume it off premise.
Just drink before you go.
Or drink before you go, watch the show, and then get a drink on your way out. So it's, there's a little bit of a pause there, but these guys are being creative. I believe Aqua Lounge then picked up the ball with that, and they started having their shows are back going again. I'm sure Lottie Doll will be right behind those guys. Places like the Bottle Cap, the Lounge, they've got food. You can get food to go, you can get drinks to go. Plus they're a liquor store. Mary Ellen's announced today that they're actually converting their bar into a restaurant until this whole thing blows over. So now, they already had food that was in there. So now it's the whole bar area that would normally be shut down. Now it's a restaurant. It's a sit-down restaurant. So you can go in there and enjoy all the Mary Ellen's food. So it's all about being creative right now. And kudos to these guys for not just closing up shop and going home and forgetting about it. And it's there's a lot of places that went out of business, so we want to make sure these guys can still make a little bit of money and keep people working, right?
Yeah, and I was thinking a lot of people that are watching this video might not even know about the Bottle Cap or Mary Ellen's because they're very local places.
Yes.
So you may be one of those people who come to Key West, every single year, and you go to Captain Tony's, you throw the quarter in the thing, you have your drink, you go to Sloppy Joe's, you go to Rick's, Maybe now's the time to try places that you don't normally go to, places that we would go to, like the Bottle Cap and Mary Ellen's.
Yeah.
So you just have to flip your strategy around.
It is a
you'll be
good
fine.
opportunity to explore new places.
Yeah.
Places you wouldn't
Really
normally go because you don't have, like I say, you don't have a choice. You can't go to those normal places that you would
Right,
go.
but it doesn't mean you can't come down and have fun.
Yeah, for years when I came down here, I would go to the same places every
Right.
single time. And it took a few years of coming down here to realize that there's a ton of places that you can go check out, and a lot of the really cool things about Key West are hidden.
Yeah.
Hidden.
Smoke and Tuna's still open.
Smoke and Tuna is still open. They've got a really great kitchen. A lot of people go to Smoke and Tuna don't realize they have food out
I know, they have the best fish dip. Really good fish dip.
Fish dip.
Yeah.
El Cibonet is one of my favorite
Yeah.
restaurants, and it's hidden in a neighborhood. You would never find it
Yeah.
if you weren't looking for it.
Blackfin, Martin's, 915, all in Upper Duval, have excellent food. They're really, really great places.
A place called Little Pearl. Have you ever ate at Little Pearl?
Yeah, they're only doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights though, and they're doing some seating, so you have to book that pretty far in advance. I think it fills up.
I heard it was worth it.
Oh, yeah, it's good. And then there's the Southernmost Beach Cafe, does breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's all open air. And then right across from that is the new Seaside Cafe that I posted. I was having pizza by the sea the other night on
Yeah, that's
Facebook. I don't know if you
amazing.
saw that. That's great too. So there's lots of really cool places. to
So
go.
the beaches themselves are closed, but keep in mind too that Key West is not a beach destination, and that's Miami is the beach destination.
Right.
So there's no natural beaches in Key West. Everything is man-made. This is all coral, rock.
Shallow, warm water.
And I think a big uproar right
And
now.
seaweed, lots of seaweed.
People want to go to the beaches because they can't go to the beaches. So
Yeah,
they probably
that's
wouldn't even
it.
want to go to the beach except the fact that it's closed.
Right.
So now let's think outside the box. So Amber, her site is called Key West Finest. Like I said, she's one of the #1 social media sites, and she's also a concierge. She does a lot in the community and events and things like that. So check her out on Facebook and check out her website. So I'm going to let her jump in and give us some insight on the big question is, what can we do this weekend when the beaches are closed and the bars are closed? And so Amber's got some great insight on that.
Yeah. Hey, is Mick Smoked on the Water
Yes.
is open, right?
They've been open the whole time.
That's a really cool, it's a boat, it's a floating restaurant, it's in a boat, and it's Mick, and he smokes all his own meats and has excellent food. And I'll bet he's doing a lot of to-go
Yes.
orders,
Yes.
right? So one of the things that people like to do on the beach, which is why it gets so crowded over 4th of July, is they like to go and barbecue or have picnics, bring food, set up a ton of chairs. Anyways, it gets a little crazy. But there's no reason you can't go get some barbecue from Mick's Smoked on the Water boat and take that with you out on your own boat out on the water and go out and enjoy our marine sanctuaries. I mean, well, you can go through them, I suppose, our sandbars, our waters, and have your own little picnic or barbecue out on our waters. That's really the number one thing to do in the summer in Key West, with or without a pandemic. But with the pandemic, especially in closed beaches, you've got to get on your own chartered boat, rent a boat, or go with a larger group and get out there, get on the water and in the water. I mean, not close to land, because our landlocked water is so shallow, hot, and seaweedy in the summer. It just is. I don't even go in it myself. The only time I go in the water is when I get on a friend's boat and we go to the backcountry, or we go to Boca Chica Sandbar, or some of the other hidden secret sandbars that only some of the top charter captains know about. And I can help you find those. You just PM me on Key West Finest Facebook or keywestfinest.com. You can message me on both of those, and I'll listen to see what you want and pick out a good charter boat captain or find a larger boat for you and your family to go on. All the pontoon boats seem to be rented for 4th of July. So you're probably gonna have to do like a charter or 6-person boat.
For sure. So your advice is to get off the island and get out on the water and do so that we have so many water activities: scuba diving, eco tours,
snorkeling, jet
skis, these
sun cats, the little bicycle things.
Oh yeah, the sun cats, the tiki boats. They got the little tiki boats.
Yeah, there's the tiki boats. There's another one that's in town, down at Loggerheads Beach.
Yes.
That looks like a fun one. It's cheap. That one's really cheap. It's only an hour tour, but it's like $35. It goes a little around the harbor. I mean, to me, that's like just out on the water, but you need to get in it.
Yes.
You really need to get in we have the best, most friendliest, greatest water, I think, in the nation. So.
Yeah, there's tons of sandbars. Like she was saying earlier, the keys are shallow, so there's lots of sandbars around. There's tie-ups that people do. Go out to Snipes, go to Marvin Key.
Those are going to be really crowded, though.
Yeah, they're going to be crowded, but there is a lot of space out there. You just got to think outside the box. There's a lot more to Key West than Duval Street.
Right, and like we talked about earlier, if you're here for 3 or 4 days, so you might do 1 or 2 water days, and then maybe you'll do like a park day. We have the Truman Waterfront Park with the Ingham Coast Guard Cutter Museum and the Eco Discovery Center, which is a very family-friendly area there. So I would go there. Little splash pad and playground. I would go there. Higgs is going to be closed, but they have another playground, Astro City, right across the street from the beach that will probably be open. So there's another playground for kids.
So the parks are open. It's just the beaches that are closed, I believe.
Yeah, we have little pocket parks here and there.
A lot of pocket parks.
Butterfly Museum will be open. The Butterfly Conservatory.
One of the coolest things to do in Key West is the Butterfly Conservatory. In my opinion, it's when you go there, it's like not even being in Key West. It didn't even seem like Key West.
Really neat.
Also, did see Blue Heaven is back open, right?
Is it really? I did not see that.
I've seen some chatter on Facebook that Blue Heaven's back open. So check out their.
Which might mean Salute Day's open, and Salute Day's on the beach.
On the beach, but not on the beach.
So you could actually eat at Salute Day and see the beach, which is great.
Good look at the beach.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So
is there any place around town where you can go be around? I guess you could go to the wharf and still be on the water, but not on the beach, and still have that. So you can go.
And the Sunset Bar, Sunset Pier.
Sunset Pier, yes.
Sunset Pier, you can be there.
Mallory Square is still going. Margaritaville. So the sunset celebration is still happening. So the effectiveness of it is basically is the beaches are closed and there's no 4th of July fireworks.
Right. The Key West Historic Seaport. That's one of my favorite places to go. You've got, I'm sure Schooner Wharf is still open because they do a lot of food. Half Shell Raw Bar. You have Alonzo's there. You have A&B upstairs. You have Conch Republic. I know they're open serving food.
Sure, yeah. And they have entertainment. So
they have live music
going on there.
Well, and Schooner Wharf will have live music. So there's plenty to do here. You just have to switch your strategy, like I was saying. You have to make partying in the iconic Duval bars, get that out of your mind, and make going in the water and on the water your number one priority, followed by great restaurants, fun, and different places that you normally wouldn't know about. Oh,
explore.
That you can find right here. I forgot. In our Off Duval guide, right?
Yeah, so Amber publishes the On Duval guide and the Off Duval guide. So that is how much of an expert she is as far as traveling in Key West.
Right. So if you find the Off Duval, this will take you to all of the locally owned best places on and off. I mean, off Duval Street, off the beaten path. Yep. But it has like art galleries, cute little boutiques. We have some great boutiques in town. They're all open pretty much for shopping.
Yeah, so. All the boutiques and the art galleries are open, correct?
Yeah, boutiques and most of the art galleries are open, yeah. There you go. And you can find these in PDF form on keywestfinest.com. You'll find these on there. So.
And they can reach out to you, and you can book things for them. And
I can book anything for you. Yeah.
So the one thing about Amber and the reputation that she has around town is that she doesn't just recommend everybody. So if you have to have a good reputation, she has to feel confident and been booking the place and the activities and things like that. She's vetted those out. So that's one of the reasons we want to bring her on the show today. On social media, there's been on the private groups and, like Key West and Key West Ask the Locals and a bunch of different things on Facebook. There's a lot of different Facebook groups. We personally run the Key West Underground. So we don't allow it on our page, but a lot of the pages, the locals get on there that are they're scared. The people do live on this island.
And it gets a little ugly.
It gets ugly. They get on there and they're like, don't come to Key West. Right. And, we don't want you here. Don't listen to that. That's a very small percentage, and they have a right to, be concerned. But, this is a tourist community. We love the tourists. We love everybody coming down. We just need everybody to follow the rules and be safe.
We don't think you should cancel.
No, should not cancel. We need the tourism. We, for the most part, people are accepting and welcoming people into the town. Like I said, it's just the only problems there are is when people don't follow the rules. They don't want to wear a mask.
Right. So reschedule if you're one of those.
Yeah. If you absolutely are against wearing a mask, then don't come. That's for sure, because you're only going to get disappointed, and there's no point in coming down and being disappointed if you want to wait till the COVID thing is over and the mask thing is not a thing anymore. That would be the recommendation.
You know what we should answer, because I know a lot of people were asking when they first saw the ordinance that it was written until June 2021, but it's reviewed every 90 days. Correct. So it could end at any time.
Anytime, yeah. They just keep extending it out because right now that is the way of life for everybody, and the people that are in there working, the staff have to wear their entire shift. So you got to think about it. They're in there 8, 10, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
They got a mask on the entire time.
Yeah.
And it makes everybody a little edgy and a little irritable. So, in my opinion, and I think Amber's opinion is, avoid all that and get off the island. Get out on a jet ski, go do something where you don't have to wear the mask. And enjoy
your hotel too.
Yeah,
you're paying a lot of money usually for hotels down here.
Yeah.
I would definitely enjoy spending the day at the pool. My husband and I did a staycation at one of the hotels in town, and I have a video of it on Key West Finest. You might have seen it the other day. I did a tour of the property, and we spent the whole entire day on Friday at the pool. We went and got donuts and coffee and sat by the pool and had it, and hardly anybody else was there. And then later on in the afternoon, we called and ordered some sandwiches, and he went and got those, and then we sat by the pool and ate those. So we really didn't even put ourselves out into the public field, and it was a really, really nice time. And if you have a vacation rental, you're going to have a kitchen, you're going to probably have a grill, so you can still enjoy a 4th of July barbecue.
Maybe even a hot tub, or who knows,
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool stuff around. One of my favorite things to do when I used to come down here on vacation is to rent a scooter and just explore the island.
And beep your horn the whole time?
No, I was not doing They call that the tourist horn, right? You shouldn't have, it's fun and all that for the first couple of seconds, but just get out on the scooter. Scooters are relatively inexpensive to rent. It's free parking everywhere, so you don't have to worry about all the parking issues. I mean, it's very difficult to operate a vehicle on
Or bicycles. Bicycles are great.
Rent bicycles.
I can book you on a bike tour where you can go and see things that you would have never even known about in Key West.
There's also walking tours and things like that.
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of hot for a while.
It's a little hot for that, but there is there's
a food
ghost
tour.
tours, there's food tours, there's Eat,
we
Drink,
did the food
Discover
tour.
Key West. I mean, there's a bunch of different things you can do. It's just a time to be creative, and there are plenty of you can fill your vacation with things to do, even with all of the bars on Duval Street closed.
Speaking of Duval Street, sorry.
Go ahead.
We got some Duval Street in.
Oh yes.
Okay, never mind. I'm just messing with you.
So I want to talk about that. This is a very unique thing. So we repaved Duval Street. So they've redone the curbs and they've repaved during the COVID-19 shutdown. So the Rick's complex, they redid all of their bricks. And they tore all of that out, and then across the street where Sloppy Joe's is, which is one of the most iconic, probably the most iconic bar in Key West, they tore up the sidewalk and redid all that. So that is literally a piece of Key West. So Amber went on a covert mission and snagged some of this material. So she's got the Rick's bricks and the sloppy sidewalk,
right?
And has put these in packages with a certificate of authenticity, and she's been mailing these out to people. So this is your opportunity to own a piece of Key West history. Real estate is very expensive in Key West, and now you can actually purchase a piece of Key West for a very affordable price.
Yeah.
And get it sent to your house and own that. And you were saying too that so the bricks at Rick's are not actually.
They're not really bricks. They're really dyed concrete. And I just want to say thanks to my partner in crime, Chris Ferrara. That's who actually went down and I don't know what the word is. Helped empty the trash.
You carried off a piece of Key West history, and now you're sharing it with the universe.
Yeah, and we just got some fresh Duval Street in it. It was so hot from today that you could actually just
peel it apart.
Yeah, the tar in it was coming apart. So you can even purchase a little piece of Duval Street. That was a hard one to get.
So it's a really cool thing. It's a once in a lifetime thing. They haven't paved Duval Street in like 30 years. So this is not that often that they actually tear things up down there. But it also too, so everyone knows, Duval Street is completely freshly paved. Curbs are new. It's beautiful down there. That definitely we got that done during the shutdown because there's really not an opportunity to do it otherwise.
Right,
There's so many people in Duval Street.
They did a lot.
So they really got that stuff knocked out, made it nice for everybody down there. And so you have that available on your website.
Right. KeyWestFinest.com. Just click on merchandise and it'll take you to our other website and you can.
A once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
It won't happen again for 30 more years. Think about that.
Till the next pandemic.
The next pandemic, we're going to tear up some more sidewalks, and we'll bag those up.
I know. We missed Captain Tony's. Darn it.
Yeah, Captain Tony's would have been amazing.
I know.
So think about that. You can get a Conch Republic passport. You can get a piece of Key West. Without even leaving your house.
Right.
Have it delivered to you. So we're living in amazing times.
We are. It's amazing.
So I think the spirit of this broadcast tonight is that one, we want to get you the news of what's going on, but it's not all doom and gloom. There is a lot of things to do.
Vacation.
Don't cancel the vacation. We love you. We want everybody to come down. We want everybody to be safe and have a great time. We want to thank Amber for coming out and sharing these things with us. Feel free to contact her. And go to the website, go to the Facebook page, like the page, check everything out. Stay tuned to our broadcast. So we're going to be doing this every single day. This is only our second one, so we're tweaking things out. Bear with us a little bit. We're going to be doing street interviews and a lot of different things like that in the future. Going to get in the word on the street, about the different things that are happening. We want to give a shout out to our military personnel. We want to thank the people on the front lines that are fighting for our freedom. So, God bless America, God bless our troops. We want to give a big shout out to the first responders, the people in the medical field that are out there, putting themselves on the line right now to keep us all safe. And, they're taking a big risk, with getting infected with the disease. And, we really need those people, and we really thank them a lot and really appreciate what they do for us. So, for the Conch Republic News Network, I'm Smuggler Jim. And this is Amber with Key West Finest, and we're signing off. Good night.
Bye.